Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here with some just announced physical releases. These are games that have just been announced, they are not releasing this week. And as always, I do not mention limited low print releases because they will be in Monday's video. So, what's been recently announced? Well, quite a lot actually. Sorry We're Closed is a game being published physically by Serenity Forge. It released on PC late last year, but the Switch digital version came out last week. It's a story-driven survival horror game, and the reviews for it are fantastic. And to be honest, it looks right up my alley. A bit of PS1 jank, but with modern refinements. The only bad thing for me is the box art. Man, big tongue lady does nothing for me. I'm not a guy who needs a lady with a big tongue. It would be very much wasted on me. It's releasing physically on Switch and PlayStation 5 in September in a premium edition. No, not premium edition games, it's just called the premium edition. It has a sticker sheet, downloadable soundtrack, and design booklet. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake is a very exciting announcement. I think everyone agrees the remakes of the first two games is a big success, and it's hard to see them going wrong if they stick to the same formula. Now, I'm not familiar with the fourth game, but I did hear that there's a bit of controversy about it since they've added a timer or whatever, and if there is one thing I've learned about gamers over the years making videos, is that they don't like timers, especially when it was added where it wasn't before. Also, the Switch version does have the same download label slapped on the box, and hopefully it's like the first game where the main game is complete on cartridge and the download is just like extra stuff. I don't know. It's releasing physically on Switch, PS4, PS5 and Xbox in July, and if you want to pre-order this or any of the games in this video and you want to support me at the same time, then please do so via the links in the description and pinned comment. I partner with VGP, who are a great company doing good stuff for the industry and gamers. They also have free worldwide shipping on orders over 80 Canadian bucks, which is less than 60 American dollars. Any purchase made via the link really does help support me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What else have we got? Terminator 2D No Fate is releasing physically on Switch, PS4, PS5 and Xbox, and there are 3 editions for each, so it's a bit complicated. A Day 1 edition comes with a reversible cover, cloth poster and a coin thing. There's a collector's edition which includes all of those, plus an art book, flip book, steel book and another cloth poster, paperweight and a collector's edition tin. These 2 versions should be available at select retailers, but there's also an online exclusive version which is only on Reef Entertainment's website and includes the same stuff plus another cloth poster and a different colored tin. The gameplay itself looks fantastic. It looks like it might actually be the one good Terminator game that's been made. It's not a franchise that's had the best of luck in terms of video games, you know. It's got a bit of genre mix, but mostly side-scrolling action. The pixel world looks great, and it's been developed by a great company who do very good retro-style titles. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. Now, Tesura Games had a bit of a show last week, and they announced a lot of physical games, some of which we already knew about, but the ones that we didn't know about and have some kind of pre-order open, let me just quickly go over those. Paper Ghost Stories Third Eye Open is releasing in Q2, and I've got to be honest, this one has really grabbed me from its visual perspective and adventure-style gameplay. It's not got universally positive reviews, but it looks like something I could see myself playing. And just like all of the Tesura games, it's highly likely that they will be European only, unless they're helping out in North America publisher, but yeah, most of their games are European exclusive. Rebel Transmute is a Metroidvania releasing on Switch and PS5, again in Q2. Many say it's a pretty good one as well. Visually, it reminds me heavily of Zeo Drifter, but apparently this one has a bit more meat to it. There's a Souls-like element too, with losing some upgrades if you die, which not everyone likes, so maybe a bit of a Marmite game. Same could be said with Elsie. This is a hyperactive action platformer. There's plenty of roguelike elements as you choose the kind of upgrades you want, but it plays similar to a Mega Man style game. The physical is releasing on Switch and PS5 in May, and comes with an art book and sticker sheet. They also announced all of these games. I will go over them in more detail once the physical details are also revealed. I will say though, it is nice to see Long Days Gone though, because that looks like a really good game. Dreamcutter Standard Edition. Yes, Dreamcutter is back. The original edition sold out and that came with a steel book, but now it's a normal standard edition, so it is a bit cheaper, but it still comes with some art cards that are, shall we say, quite racy. The game itself is quite racy, hence why it's a European-only physical release. It has nudity and stuff in it, but VGP will be carrying copies just like they do with all the nutty releases from Funbox Media, and it's releasing very soon in April. Big Helmet Heroes. I will refrain from making jokes about the title, unless that's the point of the game. I don't know. I don't know much about Big Helmets personally. It's a 3D beat-em-up with local co-op play, and is only releasing physically in Europe on Switch and PS5 in April. Should be a fun one. The physical comes with an art book, so you can glance at Big Helmets without ruining your internet history. Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley, and Skytree Village is a double pack of two 3DS Harvest Moon games, two games that were not exactly well regarded and quite poor entries in the franchise. Although this is, when the series was at its nadir. After the split and the real Harvest Moon's games were starting to be called Story of Seasons, this facade of a series is just name only. I do believe they have gotten better over time, with Winds of Anthos being a decent entry, but these two do not expect much. But hey, at least it's a double pack, and it's only releasing on Switch. Railway Empire 2 is finally getting a release in North America. This has been out in Japan a decent while, and also Europe. So yeah, if you want more chewing, becoming the emperor of a railway company, I guess you will want this. Alright, let's jump into the import announcements. The links down below for these are for Play Asia, and if you click those links and try to buy something, you can get 5% off with my code Jordan2025. And also, if you're new here to this channel and you do enjoy physical media, you owe it to yourself to subscribe, okay? Because it will be one of the best things you do today. Treat yourself. Plus, the bigger this channel is, the more game publishers may pay attention to the desire for physical media. And we want more physical goodness, right? Subscribe. Ogu and the Secret Forest is getting a physical release on Switch in Japan and Asian regions with English, and there's even one with an English cover. This is a well-loved game, a 2D top-down adventure with lots of exploration and puzzles. It's like a Zelda game with an overdose of cuteness and whimsy. From the playtimes on Steam, it seems to be a decent length as well. Either that or it's got lots of replayability. It's releasing at the end of April. Livestream 1 and 2 double pack is getting a double pack in Asia. I did not expect this one considering they literally just reprinted the first game, but here you get two horror games that are full on fan service, panty shots, dodgy positioning. I've not played them myself since I thought the physicals were a bit too pricey, but maybe this double pack will change my mind. It's releasing in Asia on Switch and it will have English in April, and there's even one with an English cover. Lunark is getting a physical release in Japan. You may remember that this game was done by Limited Run a long time ago. Well, now Japan is an option. Considering the Limited Run version goes for about $50 on eBay these days, the Japanese one, half the price, will be on Switch, PS4 and PS5, and it should have English, so yeah, a good option. Play Asia doesn't mention that English, but I've seen other stores have English listed amongst a few other languages. Little Devil Foster Mayhem is another Leo Full Special, by which I mean they announce it and then they're going to release it in just a few weeks. You will not have to wait long for this Asian exclusive, which will have English, and I have forgotten to finish off this section of my script. I've just hit record and I've realized I've not written anything about Little Devil. I've not even seen the trailer, so it's gonna be a surprise for me as well. Illvelo Swamp Happy Together. I did write about this one. This is another one of those incredibly trippy and overwhelming shooters from the Redurgi developers. English is unlikely and perhaps slightly more necessary than most other shooters out there, since there's a lot of crap going on. Sometimes there's like text flying on the screen and stuff, instructions and stuff like that. So yeah, your mileage may vary with this one. It's releasing in June and there will be a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which has an art book and a special soundtrack. Spidersaurs is getting a release in Japan on Nintendo Switch, PS4 and PS5. There is no mention of English anywhere, but it would be incredibly shitey of them if they decided to remove English for this Japanese release. Would they go that far? Would they? Anyways, this was one of WayForward's random games, a by-the-books run-and-gun that won't rock your socks, but it's a decent game. It was done by Limited Run in North America a couple of years ago. And finally, thanks to Super Deluxe Games in Japan, they are finally getting the Castlevania collection, so at least that will be another option over Limited Run, although thankfully the Limited Run ones, they printed a real good amount of leftover copies, so there's lots to go around. I wouldn't rush out to buy this one, but it's a good option to have. And there we have a bunch of new announcements. What is your favorite in this episode? Let me know in the comments below alongside your thumbs up. If you want to pre-order any of these, then please do so with the links down below. I greatly appreciate that. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care.